let me read you a statement from Adam Smith that is I guess it's kind of defined who I am as a politician. I read Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations years and years back. I'm a CPA by profession, so I'm interested in economics and stuff. But he says, little else is required to carry a state to the highest degree of opulence from the lowest barbarism, but peace, easy taxes, and a tolerable administration of justice. And a lot of people are familiar with that, but then he goes on and says, all the rest being brought about by the natural course of things. And this is Adam Smith, the natural course of things. And then he says, all governments which thwart this natural course, which force things into another channel, or which endeavor to arrest the progress of society at a particular point are unnatural, and to support themselves are obliged to oppressive and tyrannical measures. So, a couple of cases in point. I've got the guidebook here for Moab. I was talking a little bit earlier. Some people are familiar with Moab. Lots of places to ride down there. It's kind of an outdoor recreation hub for Utah, or has been in the past. Yet they decided we don't like ATVs. Moab City tried to pass an ordinance that says basically no ATVs in town. It's like, well, the state actually, we already addressed that. You said you can't discriminate against a class of vehicle. You can enforce a noise ordinance. You can do all kinds of things, but you can't say we like Harley Davidsons or loud cars, but we don't like ATVs because they're too loud. You got to find out some other reason, and then you can enforce that. But now they've come with the environmentalists running the agencies, the Bureau of Land Management. They come in and they say we're closing 317 miles of route. A third of the trails in Moab they're closing. That's an unnatural arresting by the government of the natural course of things. It's not natural that those trails would be taken. Number one, they were given under the revised statute 2477, RS 2477 roads since 1867 have been permitted across public land. So the grant was given, it was accepted, roads were built, and we have those roads. Now they want to come back and say, maybe that was the case, but we really don't like that, and we want those roads to go away. Another one, and these are just things from today. So this one is the Intermountain Power Agency audit report. IPA down in Miller County, huge electricity producer. I think 2% of it goes to Utah, 98% of it heads on down to Nevada and California. And what I like businesses. I like IPA. I support businesses that want to produce. I stand by them. They have these controversies because of property taxes. But as I look at this, they were given status as a political subdivision. So a company that has a political subdivision status, which is, putting things into a different channel, as Adam Smith would say, it's been forced into another channel. They're not treated like a normal company, and as a result, they create problems for themselves and for the county, and they come up to the state, and pretty soon we're talking about auditing them and finding out what's going on. We're auditing Moab City Council or Moab County Council, Grand County Council for things that they've done, and we turn into this system of government that is just, I don't know, it's abuse on one hand and trying to control the abuse on the other. We're so far from the natural course of things that then the question becomes, well, how do we fix that? How do we ever get back to the natural course of things, or do we just pass a bunch more regulations so that we can operate under the environment that we've put ourselves in? And I guess that's coming into the, contemplating this idea of running for governor came about mainly because I got really frustrated. First of all, I got really frustrated as a CPA in Blanding, watching my clients, businesses diminish and eventually go away. In 2009, the community was raided by the federal government, and it was a horrible mistake on the part of BLM, and ended in loss of life and loss of businesses and destruction of families, and so you watch those things, and it creates some emotion, and that's why I got into government in the first place. Then you get up to the state and you see these other things happening that shouldn't be happening, or not happening that should be happening, just kind of the dysfunction. And then